So today we're looking at what happens when criminals realize their freedom is gone forever. What do you think is the worst crime someone could commit? Let me know in the comments. Some people face their punishment quietly, but others completely lose control. Let's start it. Number 10. A mother and daughter's desperate plea. An 18-year-old girl was sentenced to 20 years in prison after using a dating app to plan a robbery that ended in another teenager's death. As soon as the judge read the sentence, the girl's mother fell to the ground screaming. Her daughter cried out, "Mom, please!" and begged the judge for mercy. The courtroom turned into chaos as guards rushed to calm them. Both mother and daughter had to be carried out while other families in the room wept quietly. It was a heartbreaking reminder of how one mistake can destroy two lives at once. Number 9. The headbanger. Brandon Spencer, a college student, was sentenced to life in prison for opening fire at a Halloween party at the University of Southern California. 4 people were hit by bullets that night. When he heard life sentence, he slammed his head against the podium again and again. Deputies rushed to restrain him as his lawyer shouted for calm. The sound of his head hitting the wood echoed through the courtroom. Spencer kept yelling, "It's not fair!" showing he still refused to accept what he had done. Number 8. 2 women who collapsed in court. 2 women were found guilty of killing a 3-year-old girl under their care. When the judge announced life imprisonment, both women dropped to the floor, sobbing uncontrollably. One screamed, "Please, no!" while the other fainted completely. The judge continued reading as officers lifted them up and wheeled them out on stretchers. Even the spectators in the back row couldn't hold back tears. The courtroom was filled with a haunting silence after the outburst. Number 7. Jaleel Hoskins loses it in court. Jaleel Hoskins pleaded guilty to second-degree murder and evidence tampering after killing a mother of 5 and throwing her body in a dumpster. When he heard the words, "life without parole," he exploded in rage. He grabbed the wooden podium and hurled it toward the judge. Officers tackled him as he kicked and screamed, refusing to be taken away. The judge stayed calm, but the rest of the room was frozen in shock. People could hardly believe what they'd just seen. Number 6. The man who fought the deputies. A 19-year-old man received a life sentence for shooting another man during a robbery gone wrong. He had hoped for parole someday, but the judge made it clear, no second chances. That's when he snapped. He jumped toward the deputies, throwing punches as chairs clattered to the floor. It took 4 officers to pin him down. As they dragged him away, he shouted, "You ruined my life." But the truth was, he had already ruined it himself. Number 5. The man who threatened the judge. Juan Rodriguez was on trial for stabbing a nurse to death at a mental health facility. Instead of pleading for forgiveness, he looked straight at the judge and said,
"I want to take your fucking life if you don't let me out of here, okay?
If you don't let me out, I'll kill you." The courtroom gasped in disbelief. Guards instantly surrounded him, ready to protect the judge. Rodriguez continued shouting threats until he was dragged away. His outburst only made things worse, and the judge calmly handed down his life sentence. Number 4. The death sentence meltdown. A 19-year-old killer was stunned when a jury sentenced him not just to life, but to death. As soon as the words left the judge's mouth, he lost it completely. He overturned chairs, kicked over tables, and screamed at the jury, calling them murderers. Officers tackled him as the courtroom turned into chaos. Even while being dragged out, he shouted that he'd never die quietly. The moment was so intense, several jurors left the courtroom in tears. Number 3. The stun gun showdown. Andrew Worth was charged with first-degree murder for shooting and killing a police officer. When the judge denied him bail and sentenced him to life, he erupted. He shouted at the court, kicked the benches, and tried to break free from the deputies. After several warnings, an officer used a stun gun. The crackling sound echoed as Wirth collapsed to the floor, his body twitching from the electric jolt. He was carried out while the judge calmly finished the ruling. The courtroom smelled like burnt ozone, a chilling reminder of how far things had gone. Number 2. The Cyanide suicide. Michael Marin, once a wealthy businessman, was convicted of arson after burning down his mansion to escape financial ruin. Facing decades in prison, he appeared calm as the judge read his sentence.
Story and life.
Do you find the defendant, Michael James Marin?
Until he pulled a small pill from his pocket and swallowed it. Within minutes, he began coughing and gasping for air before collapsing. Paramedics rushed in but couldn't save him. Later, toxicology reports revealed cyanide in his system. He chose instant death over years behind bars. The shocking moment was captured live, leaving everyone speechless. Number 1. The man who cut his own throat. Marcial Anguiano was convicted of aggravated assault after attacking his niece with a butcher knife. When the judge sentenced him to 40 years in prison, he calmly reached into his sleeve, pulled out a razor blade, and slashed his own throat in front of everyone. Blood sprayed across the table as people screamed and ran. Officers jumped in to stop the bleeding while others cleared the room. Somehow, he survived the attempt. But his decision cost him even more time, now facing new charges for smuggling the blade into court. It was one of the most disturbing outbursts ever witnessed in a courtroom. So there you have it. The top 10 convicts who completely lost control after hearing their life sentence. Which one shocked you the most? The cyanide suicide or the throat slashing incident? Let me know in the comments below. Don't forget to subscribe for more unbelievable true crime moments, and I'll see you in the next one.